Hello everybody, how is it going? My name is Lucas and welcome to another episode of Draws of the Axe of X3. Today we are checking out the legendary Boss Metalzone. And guys, if you're first time here or if you have been here before, make sure you are subscribed. Do lots of cool stuff here. I don't want you to miss any of the cool stuff I've got going on, so make sure you are subscribed. So without any further ado, let's jump right in and check out the Boss Metalzone. Over on the AxeFX Wiki, wanted to kind of give you an idea of what the Metalzone looks like. It looks kind of similar to the Boss HM2, which the Boss HM2 is super legendary. It was made famous by some bands over in Sweden. They would give them a very, like, chainsaw sound. That's kind of what it's called, the Swedish chainsaw sound. If you cranked all the knobs all the way to the right, that's the kind of legendary sound that it got. And the Metalzone came like right after the HM2, so I guess Boss was kind of in that metal zone, so to speak. Didn't quite land very well. What I mean land very well is like you either love this pedal or you hate this pedal. Apparently this is one of Boss's like best-selling pedals like ever, because it's very famous with like beginner guitars. Like if they need like a metal pedal for their like cheap combo amp, it kind of like, I guess it gets the job done. But a lot of people also hate this thing. It was released a couple years before the HM3, which the HM3 was kind of like a continuation of the HM2. HM3 is called the Hyperzone, but it's also weird. Okay, let's jump in and check out what we're going to be using today. We're going to be using Metalzone, obviously. We're going to be using the Revv Genarator Green 1 for the amp. IR is going to be a mix of the Ingle cab and the Uber cab from GGD Contenders Volume 1. My friend made this to me. He sent it to me, so that's what it is a mix of. Go back to the pedal. I'll show you what it sounds like without it first, and then we'll jump into the amp. Just for fun. Guitar we're going to be using is my Mayonnaise DeVille. We're in drop C with some bare knuckle war pigs. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's jump right in and check out the Metalzone. And ladies and gentlemen, for better or worse, that is the Metalzone. Jogging the mid frequency on here does help a lot. I kind of like it around 1200 hertz or so, but you can't really push it all the way up. And you also can't drag it all the way down. I find this pedal is a pedal of avoiding the bad zones, because if you drop the mids too low, it sounds bad. If you put the treble up too much, it sounds bad. If you put too much distortion in it, it sounds bad. The distortion is not useful at all, except if you want like a really big, like doomy, grungy sound. And you can get things kind of nasty with that, but don't push it. I would not put this distortion back personally. It just sounds really weird, and it gets in this like weird like area. And I had made some disgusting sounds with this. That's what this pedal is good for. If you want some very disgusting sounds and like just to get like kind of face, really basically what you use it for is to get like a kind of face. The level, hopefully I showed this accurately enough. When you get it to around 8, it changes tone a little bit. When you're like underneath 8, it like kind of closes up. When you get over 8, it kind of opens up. So it's kind of like the good zone. So each knob kind of has like its like good zone and bad zone pretty much. So it kind of tells you where to go. It kind of forces you that way, I guess you could say. And that is pretty much the Metalzone. It does what it does, and it makes no excuses for it. That's the best way I can kind of put it. And like I said, it is very much of a meme pedal. Like, if you can get it to sound good, you've got some skill, in my opinion, because it's not the easiest pedal to really get to sound good, to be honest with you. It's really not. It forces you to mess with it and get in its like good zones. And I did turn my treble all the way up on the green channel, because like this pedal is so dark. And I'm like, why is this so dark? And if you push the treble too much, it gets in the bad zone. So I had to come in here, and it kind of made up for it. But that is going to be the Metalzone, guys. If you thought this video was cool, leave me a thumbs up. I greatly appreciate it. Next couple pedals we got coming up, we have the Master Fuzz, which is a Gibson Maestro Fuzz. And we have the legendary Maxon 808. And we have the 1981 Interventions, which is basically like a rat clone. So guys, make sure you also subscribe so you don't miss any of these cool pedals that we got coming up. And look, there's a lot of stuff out there that's vying for your attention. You chose to spend some time with me, and I am so grateful for that. Thank you so much for being here. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.